Tuning into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yay!
Yeehaw!
Woohoo! We're all back! Yay!
Well,
we missed you last week, Whitney.
Sorry, I'm still a little weirdly sick, but I'm back and ready.
Yes!
I was sick too.
wasn't here yet.
No. Well, last week I was literally watching. I was laying in bed.
Sorry. I missed you too. I'm so weird.
It's fine, JJ. If you really didn't miss me, you don't have to pretend you did.
It was a long time ago. It's okay.
I was hanging out with my
so
mama.
mean of me.
Hanging with Mama Marchi, watching the Eastern feed of Nashville. So
nice.
Get on my level.
I felt you and Mama's spirit, you know? I think that's it.
She says hi.
I'm a jackass tonight already. All right. Well, first let's say what show we're doing. Let's get this started off right. Welcome to the AfterBuzz show for Nashville. This episode is called The First to Get a Second Chance. I'm one of your hosts, JJ Jurgens, and I'm joined here tonight by...
Hey guys, I'm Keetin Marchi.
Hi, y'all. Whitney Lane.
Hey, Violet Kanian.
And on the couch.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marisa Serafini.
We got Marisa in the studio tonight.
Wow.
We got all the ladies.
I came back.
It's getting real.
Yeah, and what a good night to have everybody here because this was such a great episode.
What an episode! Oh my goodness.
Through the stress.
Let's dive right in with probably one of the only happy couples we
happy
have on the
storyline.
the happy story. Let's
Except
talk
the
about
fact that they
Avery.
tried to make you think that it wasn't going to be happy.
My
but
God.
Hey, that was good
right
on
through
them.
that.
Yeah.
We saw right through it.
Well, you might have. At the,
I
like,
did.
I don't want to skip too far ahead, but they had me going for a while. I'm like, I'm not sure what's happening with those two.
I knew it was
glad
real.
they did.
I knew it was real.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way they could have ended that without them being together. And we've seen Avery being so conflicted all this time and trying to, because he's loved her this whole time, but he's wanted to stay angry at her. But it just got to the point where he's like, he can't be petty and angry anymore because it's about something bigger than this. It's about their child. And I think, that child kind of shows him that, yes, love is more important right now than me holding on to the past and stupid mistakes.
Right.
I agree. I thought for sure he was going to say, I want to be with you, but I never, in a million years, it didn't even cross my mind that he was going to be like, I want to marry you.
Yeah.
Like, will you marry me? That, oh my God, I'm so
agree
happy.
with that one. I thought he just wanted to, he was just going to swoop in for a kiss.
Yeah.
But he swooped in for the full Monty.
Yeah.
And if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it, and he did.
Yeah, I wish you guys could have seen the room that we were viewing in because everybody, hands up, everybody was going crazy. Yeah, I completely agree with you too. Like I did not see that part coming. I just thought once he got the key and moved in, I think he was just going to be like, no, we got to really commit back to each other and do this. But I was happy to see, and I like the simple, just
so
that
cute.
pregnant belly coming through that
so
white
cute
shirt.
with the flowers.
So cute.
She's adorable.
I like the
was
fact
good.
that they went straight to a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, just skip through all that red tape.
Yeah.
Because, they're both in love. And when you start a relationship, it's kind of like on pause. You just go right back into it.
Well, it was interesting to kind of see that, like this episode, we thought it was going to end in a wedding, but it ended up ending in a wedding that we did not expect.
That's true.
So it's interesting kind of seeing those two kind of storylines of love and, why the message about love and what it means to be in love that kind of Nashville decided to deliver. So.
And the wedding that no one even would have thought about.
Yeah.
So, haha, paparazzi. They got you.
Yeah. And I almost thought that Sadie was, trying to get in there with Avery, so I was kind of really angry with her.
That
but
poor
I'm glad.
girl.
I know you said that when we were watching. You're like, are these two gonna? We're like, oh no, I didn't want to see that either.
No, I didn't think it would. But if it had, it'd been like, really, though, people. But man, that girl.
I was just gonna
poor
say when you said
girl.
poor girl, we knew he was violent and
call
bad,
that
and just
one.
that was
Ooh, he's awful.
tough to watch.
It's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, though? No. First of all, he shouldn't be on her property because they're divorced and she doesn't want him around and she asked him to leave. Second of all, for him to even lay a hand on her, oh my gosh, it's sick.
But, like, this is the thing. Like, there's no other place for it to go at this point than for him to go to jail. Like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, I feel like she has become, because when she told him, when she stopped up the stairs and was like, I'm not that same, like, scared little girl that I used to be, you know, so him hitting her, I feel like now she feels she's more empowered.
Let's hope.
I hope that she goes to somebody. I mean, she's gonna have a black eye, so it's like people are gonna ask questions, and I hope that she goes to somebody like Rayna, who she obviously does feel this very tight connection with. And, you know, for the longest time, we didn't trust this girl, but I hope this kind of shows a side to her that we can learn to trust now.
And also, just from a legal standpoint, that's like a battery and assault charge. As well.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
then she's also a public figure now. People
rot.
know her.
Well,
so she has more going for her this time than she did 10 years ago.
Yeah, and I think on her end, too, she's going to really want to put the smackdown on that because he wanted rights to those songs that she was writing, too.
It makes me nervous because is she going to be empowered or is she going to be embarrassed? You know what I mean? Like, let's hope. That's what I'm saying. Let's just hope that she's like, heck no, he's not going to get away with this. He's done too much to ruin my life in the first place. He's sick. He should rot in a jail cell.
If he's done this to her before, I feel like it might take her back to where she was 10 years ago and scared, and she maybe is going to make excuses.
But the difference is she has more people to back her up. I mean, we even saw Avery for a quick second knowing that something was up too. So she has a better community that she's with that can help her through this.
This is where I would like to see what you called. I would like to see her with Teddy. So I would love to see if she does talk to Rayna. Then, you know, and Rayna even said too, like, she was feeling bad for what she did to Teddy, and we'll talk about that later. But I would like to see this Sadie Teddy.
I would like them together.
That would be really.
The Teddy.
As much as Teddy sometimes pisses me off,
Sometimes.
You know, I think, most of the time.
Let's talk about Teddy, yes.
Teddy.
Dude, get a grip.
Oh, my Lord. But I'm happy with how he ended things this week. I was like, seriously, you're going to do this? And then the girl to be like, oh, we could see each other 2 times a week, and the girlfriend package? Seriously?
The girlfriend experience.
Yes.
What?
Wait, y'all, though. It's not going to be that easy for him. You can't.
He does.
It's
he
going to
really
come back
likes
around.
her.
I think it's like he's not going to get away with hooking up with a escort. That will somehow come out.
Think so?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
He's the
Skeleton
mayor.
Jeff's closet.
He's the mayor.
Well, and if he doesn't help Jeff with Jeff's problem now, I feel like that's going to come back. And,
oh, boy.
People in this town.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Black.
Flippin' Jeff.
It's a catch-22.
Wow.
Good
She
job.
should have never gotten in bed with Jeff, Teddy.
Luckily, though, he looks at his pictures of his beautiful children.
And they were so terribly photoshopped. Why didn't you just take those pictures?
Seriously.
Just take them.
Regardless,
They're like baby pictures.
at least that pulled him out of this weird funk that he was living in.
Yeah.
Because that was straight up grody.
Can I just ask, who's been watching the kids? Who's been watching the girls if he's around gallivanting around town with this girl?
Well, I think that's why they were susceptible to, you know, Luke's offer about going to boarding school. And so, because they said nobody's really been around, you know, Dad's been busy.
Maddie just trying to get with her bro.
That's gross. Maddie, stop. Maddie, this is gross. This is a bad
Didn't
decision.
you see him looking
Well,
at her?
they're not.
She was singing.
I know.
Hey, but you know. Everybody
and
knows. Watch the show.
You know that's going to cause issues now because those 4 are still friends, you know, these kids, and they're all going through the same situation.
We shall see.
The kids are going to be happy. She's going to be
it's
on.
Come on, Cole.
It's on now.
45.
Teenage relationship's about to commence.
Bad decisions.
I love it. All right, let's talk some more bad decisions. Let's talk Layla's bad decisions and Will's bad decisions.
Oh my God.
Seriously, I say it every time.
I know.
This girl, it's like so unfair. And she's so obviously like...
She's talented.
But
She
I'm just
really
talking about
is.
like weak. I mean, they have knocked her down to the point
and then kicked
where...
her.
Look at what's happening.
And this one especially, I mean, we were so happy last week, like seeing the side of Jeff. We're like, I was like, finally, see, he's like charming and cute.
Yeah,
and
he's getting better looking at by the minute.
Yes. See?
It's true.
And
finally.
I really think he liked her.
I did too.
I think he really liked her. He had feelings for her, and he smiled when she texted him, and it's like a side of Jeff that we've never seen. He didn't roll his eyes or like, ugh, her again.
The only thing is he will always be looking out for number one, and we see that again with him tonight.
But you know what? Tonight I think it was different. I think tonight, I don't think he enjoyed doing that. I think he really liked her.
But he chose that. He chose to make sure his star singer is still going to be his star singer without something coming out.
True.
He chose to call the mayor instead of 911 when something really bad's happening, because who's he thinking about? He's not thinking about the poor girl.
I agree, but I think had Will not put him in this situation, we finally would have seen him. I think he would have treated her right for a while, and I think he was interested in her.
But what was going to happen then? Layla's going to say,
just give him a moment of goodness.
I'm not, because then Will, somebody's going to say he's gay, then that's going to ruin it again. It just wasn't going to ever happen for them. I loved it for the second that it did, and I think, that would be fun to see, but you're at a party out in the open, like there's already people talking.
Well, that was dumb of both of them completely, I think. Especially after one night, you don't go to a... No.
Well, and also for like Will to make the decision he did to sleep with that girl just because she was just like,
that was
so the rumors about you are true, and I was like, come on, Will. Like, go find your wife. If you want to, like, go sleep with somebody, like, and prove something, just go sleep with, like, her.
Right? Well, and he has had to have some sort of media training, being in that position that he's in. So you're not going to go and sleep with a blogger. You know, like, I mean, it's just, like, the dumbest decision that he could possibly...
That wasn't a blogger, though.
She was a blogger.
Oh, that was the blogger? I thought that was a different girl.
Not the blogger that put that article up, but she was another writer or something.
Delissa. She writes.
I thought it was a different girl. It was the same girl?
Okay,
I don't know. I thought that was a different
she's
girl.
Like, let me get some news, or let me get
I think he probably wants that out there, like he's cheating pig or whatever, than that he's gay. He'd rather have that out there.
Well, too bad.
Well, that was also at the hand of Jeff, too, because Jeff's motivation is like, you do whatever to do to nip this in the bud, and that's just one of the reasons why he did that, too.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
that's what I'm saying about Jeff.
Yeah.
He is going to look out for number one.
He was good for Jeff.
I don't think he's going to be happy. I don't think he is happy by doing that, but why he chooses to do it, I don't know. Is it the money?
Jeff.
What is it? He has a heart in there. We've seen a little glimpse, but he's making decisions that aren't.
Well, and he does always take him to a terrible level. You know, there's no need to give her the pills.
Right. Well, that was so stupid.
When she's already completely wasted and
emotional.
And then walks in on her husband with another girl, which makes her automatically think, oh, was I just not good enough for him? He does like girls.
Right.
Like,
he's
you know what I mean? So that's
me,
her insecurity again. No wonder she's sitting there and like, forget it. Which we kind of called. She was going to do something.
I mean,
we called that weeks ago.
It's unfair for Layla to be put through the ringer by these two guys, but it's also kind of her fault for letting it happen and let this go for so long.
I don't know. She was young.
Yeah, I mean, think about how young she is.
But she's old enough to walk away. She
has no one to go to. Right. I think the thing is she has nobody.
What? She's drunk.
So what?
She wants her career.
If you really want to start a new life, you move on. You find the balls and do it.
But I mean, she's still under contract with this production company. She's still under contract with her recording contract. She's still under contract with her marriage.
And it's not
There's a lot of contracts that she's under.
Yeah, but she also wants to live this life. She wants to follow her dream. She's stuck in this. I don't blame her for a second. I think the poor girl is stuck, and I wouldn't necessarily see a way out.
Well, and completely overwhelmed too. I mean, at that level, I mean, just when you're younger too, it's like everything is magnified. So to even just have these relationships go on that she's had, that any of us have had past relationships where we've gotten like too, involved in them or whatever, just sad by them. But then to also be like on national TV and a reality show and everything's put out the way it was. I mean, she's just under even more pressures in the regular situations.
And a lot of weird
people
situations.
are making fun of her, and
it's hard. I can't imagine. I'm sorry. I don't think she's at fault in a lot of this.
I don't either.
Besides her being annoying to start with, like she was a little bit on my nerves. I
feel bad for her. I feel so bad for her.
Because look what extreme she took to get out of that life. That's the way she was getting out of it, not by walking away trying to figure it out. She decided to drug herself.
So not to jump to predictions, but I'm going to. So do you, let's say dead, alive, who thinks she's dead?
I think she's dead.
I think she's dead.
There's really no other story for her.
I didn't know if you think, because we didn't see anything else happen, if you think.
What else?
Well, I think if we see so many people having an issue during this episode, one of them's not going to make it.
Right.
And it's going to be Layla. It's not going to be, who. We'll get to that later.
I'm really sad that happened.
It's just such a tragic ending for a girl who I feel like last week's episode they gave us this hope for her, and they showed it like how talented she was, and I just feel so bad for her. It's just like when there's a character that you just want to hug.
Yeah.
You want her to succeed because she's gone
through so much.
And she
crap in the stick.
Yeah. She's sang some great songs the last couple of weeks.
Things been so much differently. She could have had a way better life.
How do you live with yourself? Jeff Fordham.
He will.
And Will Lexington. How do you live with yourself?
Yeah, I think she's gonna send Will over the edge.
Well, it's gonna come out at some point. So how's he gonna handle it? Because all of that could have been prevented.
Right.
All of this could have been prevented if he could have chosen to share who he truly is. He's just scared to death, and unfortunately, that caused the death of his wife.
And he also didn't have to share. He just didn't have to bring her along for this ride.
Right. He never had to marry her.
He watched her
That would
those
be,
pills.
if I was Will, a huge struggle to get past.
He saw all that.
Yeah, he could have gone and taken the pills.
Did
back
he
in
though?
the
I don't know that he did because the way
Yeah,
that
the
he was,
angle was
the
not,
angle.
because it was
I thought it looked like he did too.
Yeah.
I didn't think
very
he saw
slick
those.
under the.
I don't think he
And
did.
he saw she was devastated and
Right.
crying, but he goes and sleeps with somebody at the
Well,
same freaking party. Are you kidding
Obviously,
me?
they make poor decisions. These people are not people that are people I would want to be around.
No.
Woof. Shoot.
Can we talk about somebody else? 'Cause
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just devastating.
Let's talk about Gunner.
Another devastating
So,
situation.
Oh my gosh, it's so sad.
But I will give you guys credit. Yep. Called
And I think
weeks ago.
I think I was
Weeks ago.
missing that night where you guys said it, and I come in the next night. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna totally be his brothers.
Yeah.
So good job, team. Good job.
We got it.
Yeah.
We got it. We got one. We got you, Nashville Riders. Don't worry.
And we're gonna get you in here after the break too.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, so we saw that coming, and you
Okay.
know, the mom. Are you gonna?
Oh, Lord.
Linda, first of all, a very American name. Where did this Hispanic mother come from?
Well, Alexa
No.
Vega, she's
The actress.
Is she though
Yeah.
playing this Texas little? I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. No,
It
Alexa
didn't
Vega.
fit for me.
Have you not seen Spy Kids?
I mean,
Antonio
she
Banderas is her.
I know, but she doesn't
She
like.
is, but
that's not what I would pick for this show for her. I wouldn't have thought she was half Hispanic on this show.
Right.
No.
The character never had a glimpse of
Right.
being any ethnicity. So
I get
that
it.
was
Oh,
like so
I
random.
completely agree.
I
yeah.
just thought she was
Ethnically
annoying.
ambiguous.
Period. I'm like, shut up, Linda. Like, give him a break. She was annoying.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Hashtag shut up, Linda.
With an woof.
She was too much.
But the thing is like she was holding a grudge against him for knowing someone
10
from
years
10
ago.
years ago. It's
Yeah.
like, let it go.
So
Yeah,
if that's your
she-
only argument, it's like she gave him no chance to have another start in today's.
But
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and say that she was a bitch, and she was a
Yes,
bitch the whole time. And I wrote down something she said. That she was so like dignified, just like she said, you wouldn't know the right thing if it fell in your lap, but it totally did, and it fell in his lap, and he took responsibility for it. Brought the kid in, was in raising the kid, lost his girlfriend because of the kid. So that line did not make sense.
lost everything because of
Also, can we talk about the daughter she raised?
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
Trying to act like
raised-
she's Miss Mother of the Year.
I wanted him to say
Where's
that.
your daughter at? She ain't called you.
Change the number. Not even like change the.
Gosh. Oh, sorry about that.
Jerry.
No, but honestly,
Whitney.
I'm not kidding you though, y'all.
We need her to be sick more often because it even
messed up. It's messed up. Who does she think she is? This guy has tried. He has done way more than that daughter did leaving her, leaving her
Can
son.
I play devil's advocate?
Go
Please don't
ahead.
bite me.
That's all right.
Bite my head off.
I'm glad you're between us.
I'm just saying because seeing it from the mother's eyes, you understand this. To her, she hasn't seen this guy in forever. I understand she walks in this guy has a beautiful home. He's been taking very good care of the son. He's taken him to school, whatever. But to her, this is the guy who she probably blames for ruining her daughter's life. Because she probably sees him as the hooligan who knocked her daughter up and then disappears.
When he's like 15
if
years
your
old.
daughter,
But a teenager.
I know, but I'm just.
I see,
I'm trying to get a little empathy.
I don't have it for her.
I don't either.
I think
It's
he
the
has
holiday
shown
season.
he didn't rape her.
Yes,
She opened her legs all willy-nilly. Like,
there you
are you
are.
kidding?
Yeah.
There you are.
Happy holidays, everybody.
To not only him, but his brother.
there you go. Thank you.
Slut
Good
shame.
one. Seriously, there's nothing you can say after that. It's true. Because it still comes back to her and how she raised her own daughter. Her daughter made those decisions. So
But this
instead
is
of
the big-
Again.
condemning some other guy, I
Exactly.
get where she's coming from
not-
as
I
a
know.
mother.
But he didn't know.
Well, that was my point. One more
didn't
time,
know.
let's talk about these women, not including the guys on the fact that
Oh
they're
my
the
God,
fathers.
Nashville.
So these women, my mom would, I mean, that's not okay to not, so for the mom to think that's okay too, for her to keep this from the father for so long is not okay.
Mama Marchi would say, not okay. Not okay.
Seriously.
Call Mama Marchi.
My mom is sleeping. But
Regardless, we don't know what's going to happen anyways because we knew it was Jason's baby.
Yeah.
Whoa. I had stopped it before I
That's your
continued. I
drinking
went,
game
whoa.
for tonight.
But she didn't say the whole thing, so you can't.
I was trying to not repeat myself.
Half a sip.
Anyways, that is a messed up situation. But can we talk about how he ran to Scarlett?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that's right after Deacon asked Scarlett about
What's
Gunner.
going on?
Yeah, and she's like,
And you can see there's
Yeah.
more than what
oh,
she's...
yeah. If something comes up, you know, it's
That's
gonna
like a
come
Deacon.
up.
That's like a Deacon Rayna thing. It's like when you have a connection with somebody like that on like a deeper level, like almost like in your soul, because like music is, I feel like, such a part of a human soul,
Yeah.
and they write together and they create music together. I think that's a connection that like nobody can really beat.
Am I the only one, that just doesn't miss Gunner and Scarlett together?
I like them better than Zoe. I think if I had to
Oh
pick
yeah,
one,
Zoe for sure. I mean, the person when I think of Scarlett and her relationship that would be similar to Rayna and Deacon's would be Avery, but I wouldn't want them together. I don't know. I feel like Scarlett needs to just move on.
I liked them when they were
I
together.
like them
Yeah.
together.
I just
I
like when
do
they. I want more songs.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Me
they
too.
have serious chemistry, and when they perform together, it's like
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
them.
because it was
Maybe I
really
forgot
fun even
what
seeing the
it's
three of
like.
them last week.
Yeah.
I did like the moment though of having Scarlett and Deacon share that moment. You know,
Yeah.
where she says that she's like, "Oh, I think we had a chance, and we missed our chance, and and these."
And then she
He's
kind
like,
of like,
yeah, he's like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, but I thought that was cute.
I agree. No, the whole uncle
They're
niece.
adorable together.
Yeah.
They are.
I love
They're
seeing
super
them
cute.
sing together because they tour around the country actually together. So I mean, their voices blend very well too. So
But man, she's struggle bus right now. Am I right? Her day was struggle bus.
she just had men falling down
Oh,
all
boy.
around her.
Yeah.
So Gunner came up to her, so
That all he needed to say though. Can we talk
Yeah.
about this?
Oh, my
all he
God.
needed to say is, "Mike is not my kid." Instead, he goes, "Mike's parents
Well.
came to visit, and this is what happened, and this
And then
Mike
this
is not
happened.
mine."
Well, in
And I'm like, oh.
fairness, he is just emotionally distraught right
Get
now.
to
You're
it.
just gonna say everything
Yeah.
out.
Like word
thinking.
vomit.
Yeah.
No, I think it was.
Just say
I think
it.
it was just fine for him to tell her all of that stuff.
really,
I feel like the
agree
first
with
thing
him.
you would say when you like freak
Is
out
Mike
is
is not mine.
and
Like-
then explain.
But you guys, it was like
come in, sit. What happened?
More dramatic.
It was like blow after blow after blow for him though. But like the first initial blow from like his story for this episode was that her parents showed up and they still hated him. Like that was the first thing. Like he's done all this work to become a better person and make a good life for him, and his parents showed up and still tried to take away his kid.
Oh, I get it. I'm just saying for dramatic effect. You can get back to the backstory, you know what I'm saying? But the main point here is
We
Mike
can't
is not
waste
his
time.
kid.
Ain't nobody got time for that. We just
Nobody
need to get the
had time.
information. it's a mid-season finale.
what
Just
I'm saying.
give Scarlett
There's
the
more
information and
things.
get that hug. He got the hug.
you see her
that
hand?
embrace. She was
Oh,
shaking.
yeah.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just too much.
So shaky.
Well, because she just had to deal with something else. So.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
about ready for that?
Yeah, we sure are.
Oh my god.
So, well, I gotta phrase it correctly because we're happy that he didn't drink because last week we were saying we were hoping that they weren't going to do that because
Which had to be a
Yeah.
struggle. Everywhere he goes, they're on the TV,
Yeah.
they're in the newspaper, they're in the magazine where he walks into his hotel room.
you
So
can't escape them.
no.
But I
Everywhere.
feel like
The Peabody Hotel.
I feel like always having his character and tease the audience that did he drink or did he not is such an easy cop out.
yeah,
That's why I
It's
said
like,
no.
and that's
Yeah.
annoying.
Immediately. It's
Yeah.
like they're not going to go there again.
that's what we said last
Yeah.
week too. We're like,
Yeah.
and we're going to be
It's
really
too done.
disappointed if they do because then it's
like
just like
cheating
okay,
us.
yeah.
It's
So-
too cliche.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't really want what did happen. But
who saw that coming?
Yeah.
Popping pills. I knew that was a Tylenol. I knew it. Deacon ain't doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
I love him.
As Whitney starts sobbing.
I want him to be.
It was very sad.
That was shocking.
But Whitney did yell something at the TV when we were watching it of like, I'm pissed that something this dramatic's gonna happen for Rayna to come back to him. But Rayna doesn't even know about this before she made her decision.
Right.
So,
Which is great.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, yes, that's great. Until she finds out, and then it's like, oh, guess what? Life's too short to have done this for how many years? That makes me annoyed. That makes me angry. It's like, come on, people. Now it take. Well, okay, let's talk about Deacon though.
Yeah, we'll talk about him, then we'll dive back into Rayna. But yeah, so
he obviously passed out.
He passes out. Scarlett finds him. She's worried because the mini bar bottles are everywhere. We first were like, oh, they're full though. They're all full.
Did you just speak English?
That made sense.
Maybe not. Did I not?
Regardless,
We got you.
He's in the hospital with some bad news. Who wants to do the sad situation?
He has cirrhosis of the liver, and like
basically high white blood count, which means
cells.
Potentially cancer
of the liver. Which the liver, you only have one, and you probably have to get either a liver transplant or that's hard to come back from,
or chemo if somehow. But regardless,
but still the liver.
He said that line that he said. They always said alcohol was going to kill me. Ooh.
Yeah.
Get you when you're weak.
I can't handle this episode.
Yeah, no. Yeah, what is
this?
that?
Too much for me.
Maybe we should have ended with Javery because that's happy.
I know.
Well, but even happier though, Rayna coming to her senses.
Oh my God.
So let's talk about this whole
Deacon thing because we're all heartbroken.
Yeah.
And it's just not.
Well,
that
they
sounds
can't
good.
kill. But Deacon says he doesn't want Scarlett to tell anybody.
Right.
He doesn't want anybody to know.
Only Scarlett knows, and the doctor and Deacon. So right now,
I'm sure she's going to tell Gunner.
But he has a child. He has, so there's a lot of that he has to think.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he needs to process it because he also didn't go to the appointment to find out if he actually has it.
Yeah.
That could be up in the air at
Come
the same
on,
time.
Deacon.
Yeah.
Be smart.
And I think, he'll be the one to tell everybody if it's, he's going to want to tell his daughters and, daughter. So let's talk about all the hoopla around the Rook wedding.
I hate the new dress. I hated
liked it.
Really?
I
thought it was pretty.
The other one I
pretty.
thought was so much prettier with the gold. I just thought it looked better on her, fit her better. It was just so much nicer. And
Doesn't matter now, does it?
I'm just saying the old dress was better.
Regardless.
Let's talk about the rehearsal dinner and People Magazine is there and there's
She said she didn't know half of them.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so
heck
weird.
no. That ain't going to be mine. Wasn't yours.
Well, even at that point, it showed that her life isn't hers anymore.
Yeah.
And they're not even married yet. That, like, all these people that she's going to be sharing her life with, it's just not what she wanted.
But why did it take this long, Rayna?
Because she
kept
was
trying to
ignoring
convince
it.
herself.
Right? Don't you think she was pushing that out? I mean, she knew that every time she got mad at Luke, he'd apologize. It's always, I'm sorry for him.
I'm sorry, babe.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, the babe is annoying.
Babe.
Well, let's talk about. So he talks to their daughters about going to boarding school without talking to her.
Oh my
Private
God.
jets.
Yeah.
It becomes
Are
a
you
little brat.
kidding?
I would be upset.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Totally
Time out.
justified.
Time out. I understand.
Do not defend.
I understand why Rayna's upset, but if that conversation, because what Luke said, I could see that conversation coming up randomly at dinner with the kids of like, his kids being like, yeah, you guys should just go to boarding school too, and then being like, yeah, that sounds like a good deal, and Luke being like, yeah, because Luke's trying to still
take my
win their
private jet.
Luke's
get
still
that,
trying
but
to win their
also
favor.
They did say that even Luke looked to see that there was 2 opening spots.
Yeah,
So Luke made the effort even to look more into it without telling Rayna.
Okay. That now I
He took
get
it
it.
another
And
level.
even before she found out about that, Luke had said when he was saying, 6 more months, and she's like, I don't want to, the girls, yada, yada. He said, oh, it's okay, I understand. And she's like, oh, you do? Yeah, no rush, talk to the girls. Like, convince the girls. Oh, before you do, I'm going to go swoop in there and convince them myself.
He's a manipulator.
You freaking asshole. Let's cut
coming for Violet, everybody.
Wow.
I'm so angry.
They got us fired up tonight.
It took her a while.
He's a manipulative man.
I'm like asshole.
And it comes back.
Beautiful home, though.
I just gotta pause on this for a moment. I just never thought we'd hear you say this.
I never thought I would too.
I love it.
Look at him, and he's all hot and stuff, and then he opens his mouth.
No, y'all, the only thing he's upset about is his reputation.
Yeah.
And he's throwing him chairs and acting like a country redneck.
So immature.
Well, because even he says, I wish we would have gone through this.
I just wanted to rip.
Gone through it and then dissolved the wedding. So he just it's always all about appearances for him. He would rather go through that and have that, make the money off the magazine, do all the stuff than...
There wasn't love there in general. I think it was like, oh, I love the idea of us.
Yeah.
That's as far as it went.
Yeah, she doesn't want like a Kim Kardashian 72-day wedding. Like, come on.
/ you want a man who's going to pick up chairs and throw them as soon as you say one thing that
And
he
get
may
off
not
my
be
property.
happy about.
Yeah, what
My
jerk.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and that's not the first time he's done. I mean, yes, he hasn't thrown chairs before, but he, has gone out pouting when they had the
he's punched people.
Yeah.
He's got serious issues.
He's got anger issues.
And
You dodged a bullet, Rayna.
Did she though? Because
I don't
we
know,
see the
because
gun?
we did see the gun coming up. That was good, Whitney.
Good work.
Good one. That was a good one.
Oh, I just
That
can't
could
Plan those things. Cannot plan those things.
This is not a scripted show, people. It's just a connection right here.
Man.
It could be editing.
Yeah, but thank goodness.
I love tonight.
Thank goodness. Girl, she's gonna.
Yeah.
She knows. She says it's Deacon, but it's not Deacon, or it's not Deacon, but it is Deacon.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Deacon.
But it's also Mia.
This is what I do hope. I hope she pawns that ring, and I hope she puts that money in the girls' college fund. Because those two girls went through so much crap for this relationship with Luke. Mm-hmm. Like they went through so much. Just Rayna treated them like crap and made them second rate. So that money for the ring should just go to the girls.
Isn't it funny
It's
though?
also unfortunate for the girls because yes, they had problems with it, but now even in tonight's episode, they were so accepting of everything. They accepted their wedding, that they were going to get married. They accepted the fact that their lives were going to change and go to boarding school. They were content now. And now everything changes again. That's
what I think is so interesting. Is like that article she really didn't have to write because guess what? Maddie can now date that boy as much as she wants. They're not related. No. But obviously that had to happen. We get this. We get it. But
now a lot of the things stories out there.
The Christmas didn't have to be ruined. It could have still been traditional like she had wanted it to be. Just make those decisions, Rayna. It takes her way too long. Yeah. Really way too long to come to a conclusion because I don't know who she's thinking about when it's happening. I don't know that it's necessarily her. Because she would have wanted a Christmas at home baking cookies with her daughter. She's thinking about Luke, oh, this will look good. Or, takes her too long.
I feel like she gets brainwashed really easily and she acts like a teenager and kind of in love, like in a new relationship. Oh, I want to make him happy and I want to do this. She's not, a mature adult making mature decisions.
Which blows my mind because of the type of childhood that she had and she tried to distance herself so far from with just kind of, it was almost like the cotillion and like Southern Belle type debutante lifestyle as a kid with her dad in politics and stuff. And so it's so weird that she's so, I wouldn't say willingly, but knew that's what she was going back into, of this life of fame and money and that's what it was all about. So it just, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense that she made that mistake again.
Well, what's it take, too?
Yeah, and even we see the return of Tandy, which we're happy about.
Yay, Judah!
Yeah. But she knows right away, are you happy?
But then she never pushes. No. She's like, well, that's good. That's good. And like Deacon even said, what is this lifestyle you're living? What's this life you're living? It just takes a lot for her to actually sit down on her own and think, how do I really feel? Because has she ever really been happy with Luke? I don't think so. Mm-mm.
I feel like she's been so angry at Deacon for everything he did, even if she doesn't think she's angry. I feel like she really is still angry with him, and that's why it kind of pushed her to Luke.
It's funny because it's like what Avery was doing to Juliette, but then he kind of finally just let it go.
Yeah,
I think there was also probably these questions in her of, fear with Deacon of if I do let down and get back in a relationship with him and back, in love and everything? Am I going to be let down again? So I think part of her maybe thought it was easier to just never face that again and never face that hurt again. And then to this, just on the surface, everything looks so good with him and seems so easy, and they have the success, but she's not really finding the happiness.
There are no challenges.
But they're going to have to work, though. She needs to realize right now, if you're going to end up with the man you love, there's going to be work involved there because you have a lot of history. But I want that. Now she can be step up and be the one that with unconditional love for a man that may be dealing with something more. It's about time.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
All right.
That's about it.
Anything else?
We'll see you back when.
Well, we got to do any news
February
and gossip?
4th. Wednesday, February 4th.
When we come back, though, we'll see Hayden's baby.
Wow.
And then we'll see what happens in this Nashville situation.
All right. Any
predictions?
I have one
prediction.
All right, predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
Okay, so I think that Rayna's gonna get back to Nashville or wherever, and she's gonna go to Deacon and be like, "I'm not marrying him. I'm still in love with you." Yada yada. And Deacon's he's gonna push her away because he knows he has cancer. He's not gonna want to tell her, and he's not gonna want her to deal with that.
I agree.
Good call. Yeah.
I agree. Man, how much longer can we go back and forth with this?
Just let them be in love.
So Layla's gonna die, and Will's gonna say, "I think he's gonna come forward with his own story."
I agree.
He has to.
Agree.
Oof.
Agree on both. 2 for 2.
I don't know.
I don't know
Can
either.
you go
You got one?
Well,
Those are too good. I'm like,
well, I'm glad that the wedding didn't happen, but I think that one of Deacon's daughter, like Maddie's gonna find out about Deacon's condition. She's gonna tell Rayna. Then Rayna comes running to his side and boom, makeout session.
Makeout session.
I think.
Yeah, get it on.
I think Scarlett and Gunnar are gonna get back together, and
She's gonna be his rock.
and I think the band that we saw last week is gonna start doing stuff together.
I freaking sure as hell hope so,
The new
because I'm
Lady
still
A?
pissed off at Gunnar.
The new Lady A.
Yeah.
New Lady A.
I like it.
I agree with all of them. And I think you are right, because we even heard Scarlett kind of saying, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do." They kind of set it up tonight a little bit to leave a little door
And she was
open for
on
that.
stage again tonight,
and
so which was really nice to see.
Yeah.
Thanks to Terry.
Okay, I'm going to cheat, and I'm not going to say one, but I'm going to ask one final question. What do you think the gun's about? What's
I think he's just gonna be at a shooting range, to be honest.
okay?
I think he's gonna do something rash, but I don't think he's gonna kill anyone. He's definitely not killing himself. He got too big of an ego to do that.
Never do
But
that.
I don't know where that's gonna come in to
It's
play.
too simple to have
Deacon?
another gun because that's how Peggy died.
I don't.
So they're not gonna have another shooting.
I don't think it's. I don't think Luke has the gun. I think
Deacon?
it's somebody completely different with
Did
the gun.
they show him?
His child.
They showed
They showed a
Luke's
hand with
face,
the
and then they
gun.
cut it to showing a hand.
And-
So I don't think it's maybe. Oh God, I maybe Will. Maybe it's Will,
He can't die.
Who,
now,
and didn't we
though.
see?
but maybe I don't know.
Who do we see punching?
Ooh, I thought.
Deacon.
Oh, and Luke,
it's,
right?
It's Pete. Pete has the gun.
Who's Pete?
Pete. Pete has the gun.
Oh!
Pete has the gun.
Maybe Sadie has the gun to protect herself
Sadie
against
has
Pete.
Oh,
I thought it was a guy's hand, though.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I hope it's Sadie.
We got there though. It took us a while, but we figured it out.
Teamwork.
We're wiped,
Yeah.
exhausted after that one.
What an episode.
Yes.
It was a good one. Now we have to wait till February 4th.
Yeah. February 4th?
February 4th.
Really?
Wednesday, February 4th.
We'll be here.
Wowzers.
We'll be back.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It's only 9 days before my birthday.
IMDb teased me because they had January 7th.
Oh.
No.
Liars.
Liars.
All right. Okay. Well, that was awesome. All right. Where can they find you guys at?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Vine at Violet Kanian.
Y'all can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Southern_wit.
You guys can find me on, I don't know why. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Keetin Marchi.
And I'm at JJ Jurgens on Twitter and Jurgens JJ on Instagram.
And you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Serafini TV.
Can I do a shameless plug?
Yeah.
Really quick. So I worked on this pilot called Jane Don't Date, and we're in the last couple of days of our Kickstarter. So if you guys, ever want to help kind of an indie project, we've already shot it and everything. We're just trying to raise the money so that we can fill our pockets back up for everything that we spent on the pilot that we're going to be pitching to different people.
Cool.
So Jane Don't Date, Google it. It's on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. And if you can donate, it'd be a huge help.
Yeah. Awesome. Yay.
See y'all soon.
Right.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz y'all later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.